Tuck's Takes.
All right, Ross, we'll start with the topic of today's episode, Lamar Jackson announcing that he requested a trade from the Ravens on March 2nd.
So I had a tweet that's like, I don't know what's considered viral or not, Jack, but it's gotten a lot of attention because I started to think about how much Josh Allen's made. They're the same draft class. And even just the last 2 years, when they both were eligible for a new deal, Josh has made $67 million. Lamar Jackson's made $25 million. He's $42 million behind just over the last 2 years. He's never making that up. I mean, he'll make up a little bit when he gets his big deal, whenever that is. But think about like the interest on that. That's why I said it's sad. And of course, there's always hundreds of people. Oh, yeah, man, I feel so bad for a guy that's made $33 million. Oh, yeah, get some perspective, bro. Listen, I've got plenty of perspective. I'll never make close to that much money in my life. Not even close. But I want every player, especially someone like Lamar, with the physical risk he takes, the injuries he suffered, how good of a player he is, the good he could do with where he's from in South Florida with that money. I don't want the owners to have the money. I want the players to get the money. I want the players to get as much money as they possibly can. And I don't think Lamar is doing that. I mean, he's so caught up in the guarantee for the last couple years of this deal that he's been taking on the risk on the front end in the present. I mean, I just don't think there's no chance if he had an agent and he listened to the agent that we would still be in this position. I don't think he has a great feel for what's happening.
Tuck's Takes.
The Falcons signed defensive lineman Calais Campbell.
Well, first of all, he's an unbelievable person, awesome player still. And I like that the Falcons, they're being kind of sneaky aggressive in free agency. I think the Falcons think Ritter's going to be pretty good and that they have a chance to win that division. You know, the Falcons are kind of trying to sneak up on some people here.
Tuck's Takes.
The 49ers signed offensive lineman Matt Pryor. The Bills signed safety Taylor Rapp. And the Raiders signed wide receiver DeAndre Carter.
So Pryor has a lot of experience at several different positions, both tackle spots, both guard spots. You can put him in a game, and he started a bunch of games, but you're kind of always going to want to have somebody better. Probably like me, to be honest with you. You know, where honestly, like I would start, and I wasn't the reason why we would win or lose a game, but you'd probably rather have somebody better than me starting. Same with Matt Pryor, but listen, He can get it done at several spots. That's valuable. Taylor Rapp, I'm a little surprised that there wasn't more interest in him. I mean, he goes to the Bills where they already have Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. I don't really understand that one. I mean, I thought Taylor Rapp was a starting safety and he could go somewhere where they need a starter. And then DeAndre Carter he had a good year last year for the Chargers. I'm a little surprised they didn't try to bring him back. And I like the Raiders getting that speed element.
Tuck's Takes.
The Bengals signed tight end Irv Smith and cornerback Sidney Jones.
You know, the Bengals, I mean, obviously they're not under the radar like the Falcons are under the radar, but I do kind of like the way the Bengals, they just keep signing guys. I mean, Irv Smith, that's a heck of an opportunity at tight end there in Cincinnati. Sidney Jones obviously has some ability. You know, the Bengals know that they've got a unique window here with guys like Chase and Burrow, et cetera, and some of the guys on defense in their prime.
Tuck's Takes.
The NFL announced that players will be allowed to wear number 0 starting this upcoming season.
You love stuff like this, right?
Yes.
Why do you love this?
I don't know. I don't know why I've always been big into jerseys and helmets and uniforms, all that stuff, but I always have. I was talking about the other day. I'm not against the rule. I just feel like it's going to look weird. I know like some teams in college have the 0, like Oregon and stuff, but it's going to look weird seeing number 0 on like a wide receiver or something.
Well, Calvin Ridley already announced he's going to be 0, which I feel like will look a little bit weird. I feel like 0 looks good like on a big D lineman. but I don't think linemen are allowed to have it. So that stinks. Do you love the Eagles Kelly Green? They made the announcement that they're going to wear Kelly Green once this year.
Yes, the Eagles, specifically, I like the 80s color Kelly Green. That's my favorite uniform of all time, tied with the Chargers 60s powder blue. Those two are untouched by any jersey in any sport. So I'm a big fan to see those back this upcoming season.
I very much agree about the Eagles Kelly Green. That's how I grew up, right? It's just such a beautiful color. I always thought it was my bias because I was a kid when the Eagles had those uniforms, but you weren't even born yet and you feel that way. So that makes me feel better. Love it. Don't have any time to get to an email question. Make sure, please check out our mock draft live tonight. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Mock drafts are intense, man. You get on the clock and like you kind of know who you're going to take. And then the guy before you takes him and you're like, oh crap, what do I do now? You guys remember the one with Greg where Greg goes, oh, well, you screwed me again, Ross. So we'll see what that's like tonight with the mock draft. Should be really fun. Hopefully you guys check it out.